Hey everyone, welcome to the Zone of Tech. I'm Daniel, and recently there have been so many iPhone 7 leaks. Camera module leaks, battery leaks, get it? We even had some actual casing leaks. We also had some display leaks, lots of schematics and renderings. We even had some case leaks that confirm the headphone jack going away. Count the number of times I've said leaks in this video. And in this video I'll be covering all of these iPhone 7 leaks I mentioned in detail. Now I also have my final leaks and rumor series in which I discuss in detail everything there is to know about the iPhone 7. So in case you want to know everything there is to know about the iPhone 7, the display technology, the dual camera system from Lynx Technology, how it works exactly in depth, I've done 3 really in-depth episodes, 15 to 20 minutes each. I left a link to all of these videos in the description box down below in case you want to get a more in-depth idea of how the iPhone 7 is going to be like. And I promised you guys some more episodes if any iPhone 7 part leaks show up. And we've had almost 3 full weeks of leaks now. So yeah, here's all the leaks from the past 3 weeks. Explained. Enjoy. Okay, so the first leak actually comes from Apple manufacturer Cache Technology, and here you can see a rendering of what's presumed to be an iPhone 7, the 4.7 inches model. And even though this rendering kinda looks like the iPhone 6s, there are actually 3 main differences between that and the iPhone 6s. First off, you can probably tell that the camera module is much larger in order to accommodate a larger aperture, possibly an f1.8 or an f1.7. And second, look what happens if I make the image brighter. The camera protrusion is not that noticeable as on the iPhone 6 and the 6s. And also you can probably tell that the antenna lines on the back are now gone. So we only have the one on the top and the one on the bottom now. And number 4, the headphone jack. If you look closely, the headphone jack is nowhere to be found. However, we do see 2 speaker grills because yes, we are going to get dual speakers now. So this was the first leak, an iPhone 7 schematic. The second leaked part was the camera module. So this is that dual camera module I covered in my Final Leaks and Rumors episode 2. This is the one that's going to be included in one of the iPhone 7 models. So Apple's currently testing 3 iPhone 7 models, by the way, the regular 4.7 inch iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus. They're also testing a version of the iPhone 7 Plus with that dual camera module. And once again, I covered everything there's to know about that dual camera module that's going to be included in one of the iPhone 7 models in my part 2 of my iPhone 7 Leaks and Rumors series. I think that's a 20-minute video. So yeah, if you want to know more about the dual camera array, how it works, linked here and here. But yeah, currently 3 different iPhone 7 models exist. The iPhone 7, the iPhone 7 Plus, and then the one with the dual camera lens array is most probably going to be called an iPhone 7 Pro. Yeah, Apple might just do exactly what they did with the iPad Pro. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this? I personally think it's a pretty bad idea having 3 different iPhone models, because if we take a look at the iPhone 6 and 6s, even now the iPhone 6s Plus is much better than the iPhone 6s. It has a much better display, obviously larger battery because it's larger by itself, but it also has optical image stabilization on the camera, something that the iPhone 6s doesn't have. But take a look at the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge and the Samsung Galaxy S7 now. They both have exactly the same display, they both have exactly the same cameras. The only difference is obviously the Edge has curved edges and it's larger, so it has a larger battery. Other than that, they're pretty much the same phone. Now my guess is that in the end, when the iPhone 7 is going to be released, we'll only see 2 models, the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus, not the Pro, the Plus having that dual camera optical system, because having 3 different iPhone models, I don't know, that's just not Apple-like. Although considering what they've done with the new iPads, well, that might be the case actually. 3 iPhone models. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comment section down below. Obviously the Plus is going to be much more expensive than the regular model, and then the Pro is going to be even more expensive than the other 2. Sucks, doesn't it? Who would have thought in 2016 Samsung becomes Apple by having all the features on all of their flagship devices, and then Apple becomes Samsung by splitting their lineup into multiple devices, like they've recently done with the new iPad Pros, the iPhone SE, and so on. Now moving on to the third leak, this is probably the most interesting one, by the way. This is an actual iPhone 7 part leak, an iPhone 7 back casing. So this one shows a larger iPhone, most likely the iPhone 7 Plus or the iPhone 7 Pro. This is the one that's currently being tested, the one with that dual camera lens system. Now, interesting enough, if we take a closer look at the image, if you take a look at the bottom, actually, you can see 3 dots at the bottom, 3 dots that look really familiar to the iPad Pro Smart Connector. Now, on the iPad Pro, you have the Smart Connector that helps the iPad Pro keyboard connect to the iPad, so you don't need any power or any Bluetooth connectivity. It simply works. It uses that port for both power and connectivity, and you never have to charge that thing. So that's awesome. Now, I don't think Apple will ever make an iPhone 7 Pro keyboard. That would be just weird. Who knows, they just might. But yeah, having that smart connector on an iPhone 7 means two things. First off, we're definitely going to see some smart accessories. Again, definitely not a keyboard, but a battery case, an iPhone 7 Pro battery case. Although I don't see why you would use a battery case on an iPhone 7 Pro. The battery life is just insane on that thing, at least on the 6S Plus. But yeah, in my opinion, a battery case is something that would work perfectly with a smart connector, since you don't have to plug it into the phone, you just place it on the back and then uses that port to charge the iPhone. So no cable or port connections needed. And then the second meaning for the smart connector, if there is going to be an iPhone 7 with a smart connector, which in my opinion should be included in every single model, but if this is the Pro with a smart connector, then this is definitely going to be the Pro and not the Plus. So in a way, this kind of confirms the existence of an iPhone 7 Pro, which would kind of suck. A much more expensive iPhone than the iPhone Plus and the regular model with a better camera and a smart connector. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. So you've seen the design, you've seen that camera module, you've seen that smart connector, and now in terms of the display, the iPhone 7 is still going to use the exact same display technology as the iPhone 6 and the 6S's. So still an LCD display, not an OLED display. And speaking of the display, here's the next leak, the display leak. So even though these look like a glass or a digitizer, the one on the left is actually the display's backlight. It's the same size as an iPhone 6S's display, by the way. However, the reason why we know that this is not an iPhone 6S display is because the LCD flex cables and the 3-touch chip have been relocated. So this is an iPhone 6S backlight assembly for comparison, confirming the fact that these are indeed coming from an unreleased iPhone, an iPhone that's going to have a really similar design to the iPhone 6S. And the existence of a backlight panel suggests that the iPhone 7 is still going to use an LCD display. Because OLED display, they don't use a backlight at all, but the pixels on an OLED display provide both the brightness and the color. On LCD displays, you need a backlight because the pixels only provide the color. That's why on OLED displays like this one on the Samsung Galaxy S7, you have insane black levels and incredible colors that just look mind-blowing. Other leaks include this battery leak, and apparently the battery is going to be a 704 watt per hour, up from 661 that we had in the iPhone 6S, so a small improvement there, but then again that's almost the same as the iPhone 6 actually, which had the 701 watts per hour. But then again, the Apple A10 chip is really power efficient, so overall we're definitely going to see a battery improvement in the iPhone 7. Apple A10 chip and all the specs covered in this video, Financial Rumors Part 2. And finally, the last leak, you've probably seen this one already, the case leak. So this is a case leak from what's presumed to be the iPhone 7, and even though it looks exactly like an iPhone 6S case, because yes, the iPhone 7 is going to be really similar to the iPhone 6S, we can definitely tell that the headphone jack is not there anymore. Instead, we have two large openings on the bottom, two large openings for that dual speakers that we're going to see with the iPhone 7, and then in the middle, actually, the lightning connector opening is pretty huge as well. So my guess is that the reason why the lightning port on the case is so huge is in order to accommodate that headphone jack adapter, that lightning to 3.5mm headphone jack adapter that we're going to get with the iPhone 7. Again, we'll probably not get this inside the box, you'll probably have to buy it separately, which would kinda suck, wouldn't it? But in the end, you would kinda need that adapter if you want to plug in any other headphones than the ones already included in the iPhone 7 box. Lightning earpods. These are the new headphones, by the way. Once again, everything in terms of that headphone jack going away covered in part 1 of my iPhone 7 Leaks and Rumors series. And these were all the iPhone 7 case leaks, part leaks, schematics, everything that's been released so far. And yeah, it's actually been quite a lot of them, considering the fact that the iPhone 7 won't be launching until September. So yeah, quite a lot of leaks for an unreleased phone. And again, if you want to know everything about the iPhone 7, check out my Final Leaks and Rumors series, those 3 15 to 20 minute long episodes, in which I cover in depth the design, the display technology, the camera technology, how it works, all the specs, all the special features, the release date, the price, everything covered in those 3 videos. But other than that, I'll definitely make some more videos if any other leaks or anything else shows up. So definitely feel free to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, and also some more really epic tech videos. Also, if you have enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a huge like, and I think that's pretty much it. Don't forget to turn on notifications on my channel, by the way, so that you're notified whenever a brand new video comes out. And also let me know in the comment section down below, what are your top 5 iPhone 7 features? What would you like to see in the iPhone 7? And also let me know if you've made it to the end of this video by saying I've made it to the end of this video. Other than that, thank you all for watching this video. I'm Daniel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Zen of Tech, signing out. Cheers.